What's going on, guys? Vince Pirelli here.
Danny Crawley.
All right, so we're doing our top 10 actors right now. So we did top 10 movies. Now we're following that up with actors. Let's do this, right? Let's get to it.
All right, we're going from 10 to 1 on these lists.
10 to 1. All right, now
So you
this
can
is
start.
like more, my list, just so you know, is more of a modern day, like 70s on. Like, we're not doing like, Clark Gable and all that. Because there's some great actors, But anyways, we're just so like modern day, like era. Last like 40 years or so. Okay, so coming in hot at number 10, I got Edward Norton, American History
Yeah,
X.
I know him. He was in the first Incredible Hulk movie.
Solid, for sure. Definitely.
All right, so my number 10, I got Hugh Jackman, aka Wolverine. Everybody
Okay.
knows him as Wolverine, but he's also in The Greatest Showman. He's also in Van Helsing, and he was also in I believe, what was it, The Illusionist?
Huh? I don't know. I'm not big on Hugh
Yeah,
Jackman. Wasn't he in Gangs in New York too?
No.
No, he wasn't. Oh,
No.
okay.
All right, you're number 9.
Number 9 coming in. Really, he honestly could be top 5 for me, but he came in at 9. I don't know. He came in at 9 for me. It was Denzel. You don't even have to say his last name.
I told you to quit doing that.
You don't even have to say his last name. Denzel Washington. I'll say it anyways.
Okay.
Say it anyways. American Gangster. That puts him in the top 10 alone, right there. Malcolm X. I mean,
All right, so my number 9 is you probably don't know who this is, but Tony Jaa. It's one of the best action stars that I've ever seen on camera. He was in the Ong Bak movies. He was also in both of the Protector movies, and he's made a few appearances in other movies. I think he was in one of the Fast and the Furious movies too, as kind of like a bad guy.
I don't know. I'll have to look him up. I don't know.
Yeah, you should probably look him up then.
I'm not. Just so you know, I'm not Leonard Maltin. Okay, I didn't write a book on. You know what that is? That's
No.
Anyways, that's not a reference. I'm not an expert here, but coming in at number 8, he's also, I believe, Wolf of Wall Street was in my top 10 all-time movies, and Leo, another guy. You don't have to say his last name.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's how you know my list is pretty mint, because you don't even have to say a lot of my guys' last names. Leo, number 8. Wolf of Wall Street, Catch Me If You Can, The Departed. I mean,
Inception.
I actually wasn't a big fan of that one, but and I actually have not seen The Revenant yet. So
That's a good one. The
it's the first. He finally got an Oscar for that one.
All right, so my number 8 is Michael J. White. Do you know who he is? Michael J. White.
I don't know what that name
Spawn.
sounds.
He played Spawn. He was in he's been in a couple movies. He's another big action star. He was in the 2 of the Never Back Down movies. I don't know if you've seen those.
I saw the first one.
The first one.
He's blonde hair, right?
No, he's in the
No?
second one. No, he's in the second one and the third one. But yeah, that's my number 8 is Michael J. White.
Number 8. Okay, so at number 7, you do have to say this guy's last name, although probably, he's probably the only guy named Dustin. He's probably, I can't name any other actors famous that... Anyways, Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man. I can't think... I know there's
I'll be honest with you, I can't put a face to that name.
You can't put Dustin Hoffman?
No, I know the name.
Okay,
but
Dustin
I can't.
Hoffman. Okay, you got Rain Man. Why can't I think of any other movies that he was in? This guy's legendary. But yeah, that's my number 7, Dustin Hoffman.
All right, so my number 7 is, you probably knew he was on the list, was Ben Affleck. Not just because he's
that's a sleeper.
Not just because he's the new Batman, but I really liked him in The Accountant, and Argo was pretty good.
Okay.
And also, actually, it's one of his favorite movies is Live by Night. Well, favorite
Live by Night.
modern new movies.
Yeah, it's up there, Live by Night. Ben Affleck, he's actually not on my list, but I don't know. So that's your number 7. So number 6, Tom Hanks. I mean, Forrest Gump, The Green Mile. I mean, what was that movie when he had the volleyball? Castaway. Wilson. Remember when he loses Wilson? I almost cried.
I liked him in Big.
It was a soccer ball.
Oh, was it a soccer ball? Or was it a volleyball? Wilson. No, you're right. Yeah, Wilson. That's a soccer
Yeah.
ball.
I liked Tom Hanks in Big. It was a pretty good movie. All right, so my number 6, and this is purely just because the movies just came out, is Chadwick Boseman.
Who are these people that you're naming? Who are these
Chadwick
people?
Boseman is the guy who plays Black Panther.
I thought that was Michael B. Jordan.
No, Michael B. Jordan was the bad guy.
What?
Michael B. Jordan was the bad guy.
Okay. Anyways, Chadwick Boseman.
That's
Okay.
my number 6.
All right, that's your number 6.
All right, top 5.
All right,
We're
top
at
5.
now.
Okay. Oh. Let me tell you something. You can't handle the truth on this one. You can't handle the truth. Number 5 coming in at Jack Nicholson. Okay. Where's Johnny?
Here's Johnny.
Whatever. Here's Johnny. That was close.
I thought he was good in anger management. That was pretty funny.
I actually thought of that.
It's pretty
You know.
solid. Pretty solid movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your number 5?
All right, my number 5 is Sean William Scott, also known as Stifler. But you know, he was also not just the American Pie movies, but he's been in a lot of movies that I really enjoy, like Role Models. That's a classic.
He was in a movie that was really, really bad recently. It was like a TV movie. I don't know. That's your number 5. Okay, so 4. I mean, you know, Black Mass, Donnie Brasco,
Johnny Depp.
Secret Window, Edward Scissorhands, which I was actually not the biggest fan of, but Johnny Depp at number 4.
All right, I can see that.
He can play everything from a cop, a gangster, to Willy fucking Wonka.
I did like him in Black Mass.
Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. That's another
I'm
one. He can
surprised
play
you
a pirate too. He can just play anything.
I'm surprised you didn't say Pirates of the Caribbean, considering that was a 5-movie series.
I'm not big into those like type of movies though. I like realistic things that can actually happen. I mean, there was pirates, but anyways, onward and upward.
All right, so my number 4 is Chris Pratt, aka Star-Lord. Not just, you know, I enjoy him in the Guardians and everything like that, but I did also like him in what is it, Jurassic World, the Jurassic World movies, which I didn't know when I first saw the Guardians. I didn't know he came from Parks and Recreation. That was actually a series.
I never watched that show actually.
He was in that series. I never knew he was in it.
Okay, number 3, another 80s guy. He kind of fell off in the 90s, and then he kind of came back with a little franchise series called Mission Impossible. I think you know who I'm talking about right now.
Tom Cruise?
Risky Business.
Tom
Okay.
Cruise?
Yeah, Cocktail. I mean Top Gun. Seriously, Maverick, Iceman, Tom Cruise at number 3.
All right, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else was he in? That was great. A lot of people knock him. He's a little.
What about
he's a little nutty?
Night and Day?
9 Day was another one.
That was a good one. He was also in the Mummy remake, or was it a remake?
Yeah,
I don't know if it was a remake, but it was a Mummy.
I don't know if I want to see Tom Cruise.
It's
in that.
okay. All right, so my number 3 is Chris Evans. This also happens to be my favorite superhero, Captain America, but he was also the Human Torch in the first Fantastic Four series. And he was also I didn't know it was him at the time, but when I first saw Not Another Teen Movie, that was him.
So you like so what I'm getting from you is you like actors that can play make believe characters, right? That's where we're going with this, right?
Well, for the most part.
I mean, you know,
I don't know what your point is here.
I mean, I was just it was a question. It wasn't really a point. All right. Anyways, number 2, you know, Godfather 1, 2, Carlito's Way, Scarface, a lot of gangster / she also plays cops a lot for whatever reason. Al Pacino. Dog
I
Day
guess
Afternoon.
I guess you being Italian, that was expected.
I mean, I like all ethnicities. You know, I like it's not really a ethnicity thing. It's it's just he's a great actor.
Sure.
I feel like if I was on a network TV show, I would have just been fired for what I.
Well, it's a good thing we're not on there yet.
Yet, keyword.
Yes, keyword. All right, so I actually flipped my 2 for my top 10. So I'm going to say my number 2 is Zac Efron. I know that sounds kind of weird, and I wasn't expecting it. But to be honest with you, the last couple of movies that I've watched and I like watching again, he's in
Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa, Mike and Dave, The Greatest Showman.
I like to see him play something serious.
Well, he plays the funny pretty boy
drama,
pretty well.
He's gonna have to make that transition.
He was in Baywatch.
He's gonna have to make that transition though.
He was in Baywatch. That was pretty funny.
He's not, like Brad Pitt made it. He made the transition, although he was never he was just great. I mean, Thelma and Louise. He was in that. That was an early Brad Pitt movie.
Did you ever see 17 again?
No, I did not.
I like that one. I thought that one was pretty cool when I saw it.
I'm not hating on Zac Efron, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's. I mean, I wouldn't put him in my top 20, to be honest with you. But anyways, again, onward and upward. Number 1. Also my number 1 movie.
But do you have any honorable mentions before you get to?
No, we'll do
one?
the honorable mentions. That's afterwards. You gotta know the the process here. Okay, I mean, he can do comedies. He can do drama. I mean, Goodfellas. But then he also did Dirty Grandpa. You know, Meet the Fockers. You know, Godfather 2. I'm talking
Robert
about,
De
right?
Niro.
Robert De Niro. Where you at, Bobby? I love you. Bobby De Niro. Bobby D.
I did like him in Dirty Grandpa. That was really funny. He did a pretty good job. All right, are you done?
I am done.
Okay.
That's my top 10. We'll do, who's your number 1?
All right, so my number 1 is, you already said it, but my number 1 is Johnny Depp, just because how many good movies he's had so far. I really don't think Johnny Depp has ever done a bad movie. Like, not him. If it was a bad movie, it wasn't because of him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, he's pretty versatile too.
I mean, the Pirates of the Caribbean, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Black Mass. He can pretty much play anybody.
Played John Dillinger too.
Yep.
Public Enemy. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's our top 10. Some honorable. We do have an honorable mention. My honorable mention is actually, and he's coming up. I think he's still young. Tom Hardy. I mean, legend. The Drop. He played Bane and
he was in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
It's actually the third one.
Yeah, definitely. I like him a lot. He's probably one of the only British.
Wait, what was that movie you were?
Actors
What was
I
that
really
movie
like.
he was in where he played himself and his twin brother?
That was Legend.
That was Legend.
Yeah, the Cray
Legend.
twins.
Legend.
What did he say? Raspberry Cripple. Cheerio.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Who's your honorable mention?
I actually have 2. So.
Okay.
My first one was Brad Pitt, just because
he's gonna be one of mine too.
I could not mention Brad Pitt just with some of the movies that he's done, but one of my favorite Brad Pitt movie was definitely Troy. That was him playing.
What about the Ocean series? Ocean's 11.
Yeah,
12,
that was good. It just wasn't my style
George
of
Clooney's
movie.
another one. I like him.
That just wasn't my style of movie, but I really liked him in Troy. Mr. and Mrs. Smith was another good one. Fight Club. You gotta. That's a classic.
Ed Norton?
That's a classic.
All right,
I had one more. Did you want to do yours?
No, I mean, Brad Pitt's gonna. I'll put him on my honorable mention.
All right, I have one more, which is Chris Hemsworth, is also known as Thor. Which I noticed that not just that he was doing more, he was more involved with the Thor movies, but he's also doing a lot more movies, like the new movie 12 Strong. Was it 12 Strong? I think it was.
I'll have to look that one up.
As you
can see, I'm just basically bullshitting my way through this video, but anyways.
All right, well, fair enough. All right, that's about it for our top 10 actors.
Yep, that's right. Vince Pirelli, Danny Crowley. That's your top
later.
10.